Hi SD fans and welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, let me say a massive thank you to all of our loyal followers. You have just seen us pass the 10,000 subscriber mark. It's amazing to have your support and thank you again for getting us to this first milestone. Onwards to 20,000 now. To celebrate hitting 10,000 subs, we're going to donate 10 cents to charity for every new subscriber we get from now on. But which charity should we donate to? Leave your suggestions in the comments below. Right, on with this month's video. Travelling with diving equipment is always a fraught business, and the ever decreasing airline baggage allowances aren't helping matters. As the world starts to open up again to foreign travel as COVID restrictions are relaxed, I thought it was timely to discuss one question I get asked all the time. Put your regulators in your hold baggage or take them on the plane with you. Stay with me and I'll explain what I do with my regulators and the reasons why. Regulators are one of the most vital parts of your scuba diving arsenal. As we've said before, without one, you are not going diving. We need our regs to provide us with life-giving gas while we're exploring the underwater realm. It's important they are serviced regularly and appropriately cared for pre and post dive. But what about when you're travelling abroad? One question I hear all the time is whether regulators should go into your hold baggage or should be taken onto the plane with you. Well, as with anything, it's entirely up to you what you do with your equipment. But I've travelled with my regulators the same way for over 25 years and have never ever had an issue. So I thought it was worth sharing how and why. I've seen and heard many people advising divers to always take their regulators as carry-on into the plane, but my regs have always gone into my hold baggage. Why? Because my regular carry-on is chock full of my camera, housing, port, strobes, laptop and my dive computer. I simply do not have room for my regulator. As you'll have seen from my how to pack your carry-on video, I only have a small roller case, which meets every airline size limit, however small that might be, and it just about fits all my camera and editing essentials. It might be pushing the limits of certain airline weight allowances, but thanks to its small size, I've very rarely been pulled aside and hit with an excess charge or asked to remove items. This means that my regulator and the rest of my dive kit has to travel in my hold baggage with my clothes and so on. I have no problems with this. As you'll have seen in my how to pack your hold baggage video, I sandwich my regulator in the middle of my wetsuit, which then itself is sandwiched between my fins and my wing, which means it is well protected from any knocks and bangs that my bag might be subjected to as it goes through the rigours of international travel. Does it work? Well, in over 25 years of dive travel, I have never ever had an issue with my regulators being damaged, not working correctly, going missing, whatever. I think it's important to remember that while these are an essential part of our diving equipment, they are robustly constructed and do not need cosseting like a newborn baby. Cameras, lenses, ports and laptops on the other hand, and housings and strobes too, to be honest, now that is a different matter. I do not like letting these out of my sight. However well packed your bag is, these things are prone to damage from knocks and bangs, so I like to have them close to me at all times. I even get antsy when someone comes on board after I have stored my bag in the overhead bin and taken my seat and starts trying to ram some massive roller bag into the bin next to mine. So, purely from a space point of view, it's just not possible to cram a regulator into a carry-on bag along with a camera, housing, laptop and so on. Unless you are travelling with an airline that allows a whopping big carry-on bag, or it lets you take 2 bags on with you, in which case you could have your carry-on and a regulator bag. However, if you're relying on either of these scenarios, you are seriously restricting where you're going to be travelling to and who with. I would say that 99% of the time, flights that I take let you have just a single carry-on and it's strictly limited to 10 kilograms, or more often than not, just 7 kilograms. It's hard enough getting all my usual camera and editing paraphernalia into the carry-on and meet that limit, never mind throwing a regulator into the mix. I've had hold bags be delayed for a day or two on the odd occasion. In these instances, I was able to borrow a full set of dive kit from my location's rental stock and still get in the water to explore the local dive sites. I had my dive computer, camera, housing, strobes and laptop in my carry-on, so I was able to start capturing the images I needed for the magazine articles. It is much harder running around trying to borrow an underwater camera than it is a set of dive kit. Now, you might not have an underwater camera, and if that is the case, then you probably can get your reg in your carry-on along with your dive computer. But more and more people now have either a digital still camera or an action camera, which means they are going to run into the space issue that I described before. There is also the cost factor to consider too. Most regulator sets will be anywhere from £250 to £750, with the odd exception of pricey titanium units that can be a lot more. Underwater camera setups, on the other hand, can start from as little as £500 for a housing, camera and a strobe, and then just skyrocket from there. My underwater rig is a fairly modest mirrorless system, comprising a Sony camera, Aquatica housing and in-on strobes, but it was still close to £3,500 when I bought it all new. Then add in the cost of my Apple MacBook Pro laptop into the mix. So from this point, I want my most valuable possessions with me at all times so I can keep them safe. There is no way any of this would ever go into a hold baggage. Not a chance. So the next time you're packing for your foreign diving adventure, rest easy in the knowledge that regulators are more than happy to travel in your hold baggage. Just make sure it is well cushioned with all your other dive kit and your clothing. An underwater camera and housing and a laptop? Well, I reckon that will be a lottery on it all making it to the other end of your trip in one piece if it vanished into the hold. What do you do with your regulator? Does it travel on the plane with you or in the hold like mine? If you have any questions, fire away and leave it in the comments. If we can't answer, someone in our ever-growing community might be able to. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button and remember to check out our playlist of more informative and educational videos. As always, if you're going diving, stay safe.